They're staring at me. Came out here to check on something in the garden. Problems with living near a road. A very busy road at that. They're all staring at me like, feeding time? Almost. Yo, come on out, Flash. Oh, hey there, Lightning. Those two are like a pair. You be nice, Lightning. Oh boy. You can dump it. Oh, well, that's one way to do it. Dump it the other way. Oh, you're wearing it. Oh. Well, that was one way. Oh my goodness. You okay? Yep. Okay. Good thing most of the stuff is just dry, like chips and bread and stuff.
Hi, baby.
Hi, baby. She's in here. Go say hi, baby. Okay, you stay in here for a bit. Morning. We have some normal stuff today. We are just feeding everybody, and it's gonna be eventually gonna be sunny. Right now it is still overcast, but sun's trying to come out. You scared yourselves. You have to hold it up so she can actually, sweetie, you gotta let it, there you go. Lift it up. There you go. Sun came out, so time to change the short sleeves. My absolute favorite time is after everyone's been fed and all the milking is done, and I get to go inside for a moment, but it's like peaceful. It's quiet. Nobody is screaming at me, wanting something. It's the best time. Go on. I want them out to free range here. They're not, they just rather lounge around and do nothing. Come on. I love how they stretch their wings and get excited to come out. Now the herd's out. I'm gonna check and see if I left any food out for them. Any of the duck and chicken food, that is. Oh, sweetie. Good. These boys are not handled as much as my does are, obviously. One, because they're stinky, and two, they're not as friendly. This boy's not too bad. This is Gruyere. Okay, buddy. Okay. So they're not as good for hoof trimming. All right. I know. He acted like I nicked him, but I didn't. So their hooves are a little more overgrown than I'd like to see. Or at least his are. Check Jack's. Ooh, they're really hard too. The longer they get, the harder they get. So just working with the best I can. When they're overgrown like this, it is easy to trim off too much, and I'm getting pretty close. So, not as bad as I thought. At least the backs aren't. Gruyere here has like a zinc deficiency, so I'm noticing that he's a little crusty around the eyes, and he's still losing hair on his legs. So I'm going to make sure I start adding a zinc supplement to his diet. I am not seeing any lice, but I'm going to treat him just to be on the safe side if there are any, since I already got him up here. I like Equisect for fly spray, and then you just run it really close up against their skin, spraying it as you go. This works as really well for lice, and even though like I said I don't see any on him, but it's not going to hurt him. Even if I do, it'll keep ticks and flies away as well. And then with that in mind, give him a good spray down. And then I'm going to treat his legs just in case he does have any mites still left from the last time. That's what started the whole thing. He had some mites, I believe. This is a mixture of olive oil with some essential oils that are great for smothering, killing mites. I'm just going to squirt this. I'm not showing it to you very well, but just squirting it in those areas, letting it kind of drip down there. And that'll smother any mites that are left. But like I said, it's typically a zinc issue with him. Right, Jack? You're okay. I'm just gonna again do a hoof trim with him today and check him for lice. See how he's doing. Treat him accordingly. I still also may just do a preventative for ticks and flies, as that's just starting to happen right now. Like I said, they're a little more overgrown than I would typically let my does get to, but bucks are just not as easily caught. I don't have very friendly, I don't have mean bucks, but boys are not overtly friendly. And Jack is a new daddy today. The doe that he studded, I studded him out to, just had 2 girls. Waiting to see if she has any more. You are noisy, one of the Brahmas. She had 2 girls. So he's been throwing a lot of does lately. Hey, you're okay. And he is bred to 2 does that are due in July and August. So we will be having more kids. You enjoying that, Jack? He's been a good boy for his pedicure here today. It's okay. It's okay. All the girls think, like, what is going on in here? I should have locked them out. Typically, I'd actually do this outside, right by the buck pen. And I don't know why I never brought them in here before. This is so much easier because this would just sink into the soft dirt. This stuff actually smells really good. Not that it can change the buck stink, but it makes them a little less repugnant, right? Hey, buddy. His eyelids are nice and pink. I did forget to check that on Gruyere, but this guy's looking good as well. They were recently dewormed about a month ago. Maybe it's 2. Check and see actually when I did that. But you are all set to go, buddy. Let's go. Hey, handsome. So I mentioned that Gruyere will be getting a zinc supplement, and this is what he will get. I'll be adding one of these to his food once a day. Just the boys after their new pedicure. You happy now? Yeah? Are you gonna come say hi? Aww. What are you doing? Oh my goodness. This spot was where we had the plastic plaything. So we're covering it up with some bits of grass from the garden area in hopes that it'll grow and fill it in. So a layer chick flew out. The meat birds came over. They're the same age. You can see the difference though in size. You helping me? Goats always think they're helpful. Every year, these trees leave behind presents for me. Right? So now we get to go pick up all these sticks. Nice thing is, that's not too far away, so if I could do this right. Yay! So many sticks. Picked up some of the bigger ones. I think I'm gonna have the kids do it and reward them with some ice cream. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Have you heard of this trick? To use a paper towel when cutting onions to reduce the chance of getting, your eyes tearing up. All right, so my eyes are stinging slightly, but nowhere near what they would normally be when cutting an onion. That's fairly juicy, as you can see. So I think this paper towel trick does work. Have you ever heard of it? Let me know in the comments. Last year we had a pretty sad pepper crop. So these are store-bought peppers, but it's so nice to be able to utilize tomatoes from last year's garden in my cooking here in April. So yeah. Get the goats in. So every night we have to, before we feed them and before we feed all the chickens, we have to separate everybody back into their own separate pens. Because the goats will eat the chicken feed if I let them. Right? Alright, let's go open up the chicken coop.
I got lunch. Yeah.
And the chickens know where their food is, obviously. I take this out because this is actually the ducks' food. Put it out by the pond. I call this the pond, it's just a pool. And then these guys, the meat birds, Need to go back in there. They're out. So hopefully they'll go in. I'm having to chase them in. Still learning. Did you scare yourself? Alright, so everybody's gonna get fed now. Everyone's gonna get fed now. So, despite the fact that the goats are usually the loudest, we feed the chicks first, right? Right. So, do you know where the chicks' food is? No? Alright, so we have the meat birds' feed is right here. And then this is the chicks' feed. So we'll start there. The chickens already have food. Yep. Let's go feed the meat birds. They go in here. Let's go. Then you dump yours over here. You dump it over there. Need some help? The wheel for what? Oh, it's for the garden. That's really snazzy. Look at you. Is it going to slide sideways or is it going to open?
It'll open.
Okay. Really cool.
I guess I could make it slide sideways, but no, we're doing the flower and stuff.
Ow, I'm being stepped on by a goat. Don't do that, Maisie. No, swinging out's fine. Romeo's slowly being accepted by the big boys. He's in here at night, and then he's in with his mom during the day. We're slowly doing the weaning process, and he'll be staying here as one of our herd sires. I'm up here on our haystack because, yeah, apparently we have chickens that like to lay on top of the hay bale. Quick interruption of animal feeding because remembered I still had this on the stove. So everything's cooked down and I added back the sausages. I'll be ready when we get in. Well, I accidentally left this open and for the most part it's not really a problem, except these guys are eating their food. So I'm going to bring this inside and let these guys stay out for a bit more, and then we'll bring them in. What you got? How's it going?
Hey. Hopefully it's going great. I don't have any more latches. So.
Works for me. It's better too. Mind demonstrating for me?
Watch it all fall apart.
Then we won't put it on. I've always wanted a gate on a wheel. It just seemed kind of snazzy, so good work.
Just gotta make it work with the stones, you know.
Right. Just to figure that out. Look at that sunset. It's really pretty tonight.